Hey guys, and welcome to an Aspie's Point of View, where I give you my opinion on stuff. So today's video is in honor of the 10,000 views I've gotten on my Girl Meets World episode description or review, I guess. I never imagined that that video would get so many views, but as soon as I noticed it was, I immediately started planning to eventually make a part two. And so since the day that I made that video, I have not watched the episode and I had not watched my first video. So it's been a little over a year and I just sat down and watched the episode again. And there were definitely some things that I felt the first time that I still feel, but there were also some things that I wanted to comment on. So the first thing that I wanted to comment on was Farkle's obsession with Belgium. So a lot of people had commented in my first video saying that it wasn't just that Farkle was smart that led to them testing Farkle for autism, but it was Farkle's obsession with things like Belgium 1831. And I see that point, I do. But it was a running gag throughout the series more so than an obsession. For me, I'm obsessed with defunct amusement parks. I can spend 6 hours online looking at videos of abandoned amusement parks and why they were abandoned and conspiracy theories. And I think 2 minutes have gone by and all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, whoa, what happened? That's an obsession. Farkle wanting to know what happened with Belgium was really, in my opinion, and again, this is only in my opinion, was somebody dangled a carrot in front of him and kept ripping it away. Every day it would be on the board and it would never be talked about. And I think more so, his obsession with Belgium was to show that the class was never actually learning what they were supposed to learn. It was always life lessons that were kind of getting in the way. And so I don't see it as an obsession. I still was very disappointed in some of the scripted reactions from people like Maya, particularly Maya, who kept saying he won't do that anymore, he won't be that way anymore, he's not going to do that anymore. Again, I stay with exactly what I said previously, that for me, my Asperger's makes me who I am. And if any of my friends ever said to me, well, you just won't do that anymore and then you won't have Asperger's, I probably would not be friends with them anymore. But again, I understand it's a children's show, and I understand that they were trying to show how children would react. And I was lucky and unlucky in the fact that I wasn't diagnosed until I was an adult. I think people are much more understanding as adults, but I also think that if I had been diagnosed earlier, my life would have been easier. So I feel like I didn't go through some of these things with my friends and with my family even because I was an adult and I was old enough that people knew at that point that I was going to be okay. I had been through college, I was working, and yeah, my life was different, and yes, I was different, but I was a functioning member of society. And I know a lot of times when somebody hears learning disability or disability in general, developmental or otherwise, they do start to wonder what's going to happen to my kid or what's going to happen to this person. So I definitely think that being an adult changed my outlook on the whole process. So definitely, I can understand why some of the things didn't seem like they made a whole lot of sense necessarily to me. I do want to focus more on what I said was my favorite part last time I watched, which was Smackle. When I watched the episode again, I focused on Smackle and started to notice things like her monotone way of talking, the way that she enunciated her words, the way that she really misinterpreted everything Lucas did as being something that was inappropriate. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh, well, it's just a running joke. The second time I watched it, I realized that she really didn't understand that he was just trying to be friendly. And, like I said, I knew the first time that I watched it that Smackle was on the Asperger spectrum disorder. But the second time, I really enjoyed watching Smackle's story, and I saw the disappointment in her eyes when she found out that Farkle did not have Asperger's. And then I saw kind of the way that her demeanor changed when Farkle said that he knew that she was on the spectrum. And it was a very sweet thing that I got to see develop because I was paying more attention to it. And the last thing that I wanted to discuss about the episode is something that Corey says. And Corey says, don't live under a label. It just gets in the way of who you are. I've seen a lot of things recently saying people are not autistic, people have autism. And it's very true. I do say I'm autistic all the time because it's true. I have Asperger's. But Asperger's is not all that I am. I'm a person. I'm a person who loves my family and loves my friends and loves my boyfriend and wants to change the world and wants to help people. I'm a person who loves to read and loves to dance and loves to sing. And I'm a person who loves defunct amusement parks and is obsessed with the Titanic. And that's all me. That's who I am. I am not Asperger's. I am not that label. I do associate with that label. I will tell people that I have Asperger's or that I am autistic. But I love that quote because it can go for so many more things than just autism. It literally is what I wish every kid would believe, that labels don't make the person and that you need to be your unique you, not anyone else. So this has been an Aspie's point of view. If you do like these kinds of videos, please subscribe because I am about to start doing reviews of the new Netflix series Atypical, which is also about someone on the autism spectrum disorder. And then in the fall, there's going to be another show coming out about a doctor on the autism spectrum disorder. And I think I'm also going to do reviews on that show. So please stay tuned. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up on my channel. Let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of the episode, what you thought of this video and my first video, because I love getting other people's opinions and learning and maybe changing my viewpoints on certain things. So thank you again to the over 10,000 people that watched that first video, and I can't wait to show you guys more. So this has been an Aspie's point of view. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.